set? All right, got Coach Simpkins here. Coach,
Tip your hat to Bucknell. Played really well. They were consistent throughout the game. They kept us on our heels, changing defenses early, a lot of zone. We couldn't quite get into a flow. But you got to tip your hat off to them. They offense rebounded really well. They made free throws. That was the difference in the first half. The number of field goals made was almost equal, but they got to the line a ton, and that's what got them going.
When you kind of look at, especially probably from the 4-minute mark in the first half on, your shooting obviously it was a struggle.
Yep.
How much of it was just them switching stuff up, and by that point, how much of it was you guys being a bit frustrated by having endured that?
Yeah, I don't think the frustration kicked in at that point. I think there was some. We knew they were going to play some zone, and then it morphs into a man and everything, and I just didn't think we just had a good rhythm. Our offense is predicated a lot on Matt Rogers touching the ball, whether it be on the block, sometimes popping. Because we got stagnant, we ended up getting late in the shot clock. We weren't able to get those opportunities, and quite honestly, you got to have another person that can make some shots. I felt Matt Mayock was going to be a guy that could really help us tonight, but I think we're probably one game away from having him come back. So it sucks that we didn't get a chance to have him.
Yeah, how much did their shooting percentage, their ability to score the way they did, hurt you on offense because you started so many possessions taking the ball out of the baskets as opposed to in transition?
Yeah, that was our things we talked about. If we can get stops, we can push the basketball and try to beat the man, beat the zone. But taking the ball out of bounds, either because they made a field goal or a free throw, it's much harder. So the fact that we didn't get it done on the defensive end obviously definitely helped hurt us on the offensive end.
Really devastating to see Rogers go out like that tonight, Coach. Can we expect to see a 5th COVID year from him or any of our other seniors?
Yeah, we'll talk about it, but those guys said they will come back. They want to come back. We'll have some discussions when these guys get back from spring break. But from all indications, though, that's what's been communicated to us. So we'd love to have those guys back.
Williamson tonight, 23 points, 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
What was the toughest part about trying to contain both 18?
Yeah, he's got really good size. I felt from the second time we played them, we held them in check the first time. The second time, even though we beat them here, won by 10 or whatever, I felt like he's going to be one of the best bigs in this league. He's got great touch around the basket. He's got big hands. He's got good feet. His balance and strength, you can see, is getting stronger throughout the course of the season. And at damn near 7 foot, he can cause a lot of problems. And he's doing a much better job on defense too. He did a really good job on Matt, and Matt did try to get the ball into the post. And then on top of that, once he does start to make some threes, he's going to be really, really dominant player.
You mentioned lack of rhythm and whatnot, but that probably accounts for the last month or so, right?
Yeah.
Do you kind of look at this as sort of a what-if kind of thing, like what could have been?
Oh, man. Yeah. I mean, the game of basketball, it is what it is. Injuries are a part of the game. It just sucked for us that they all came at the same time. They were in the same game, which is the weirdest thing I've ever been a part of. But Collins is a better player than this. This is the second game back after being out for a month and a half. Jeff Sprouse is his 3rd game back. Wish we could have had Mayock again. But, testament to the other guys who actually had to step up. Lorenzo Donadio, Lorenzo shouldn't play 34, 35 minutes, but he has to. Lincoln Ball shouldn't play 34, 35 minutes, but he has to. And then we got some guys, I got to tip my hat off to, our walk-ons. They did a really good job. Noah, Adrian Samuels, Chris Gleaton. I mean, these were guys a month and a half ago I would have said probably not going to play. And these guys stepped up and they actually helped us. So that's a big thing.
What's your main plan tonight? What you feel like that was, what'd you get out of it?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't want to play Jermaine. Yesterday was the first time he was able to get up and down full court. I'm responsible for these guys, not just in the short term, but long term. I think Jermaine, he's got an international passport. He has an opportunity to play professional basketball. So, but we got the okay that he could be out there for limited minutes, and that's what we tried to do. And Again, it's good to have him back. I wish we had him back a week ago.
You always hear that it's tough to beat a team 3 times in the same season. Do you think that they kind of figured you out for this one, or just defensively that they were locked into?
No, they're doing some things differently than they were before. I think they're playing a little bit more zone. I think it's a better zone than what it was the last time we played them. And as a team, they're making shots at a higher clip from 3. So they're doing a better job defensively, keeping you off balance, and then on the flip side, they're scoring better.
Coach, an incredible first season run for you. What do you have to say about the success you've seen with the team in just 1 year, and what do you really want to see going forward?
The success that we had this year is, I'm proud of it. I really am. I'm a competitor. I want more. I think I was told today we broke the all-time three-point make record by 10 or something like that. We've had multiple guys make all-Patriot League teams. We had a 3.3 GPA as a team. So there's a lot of positives, but we're just getting started. I've gotten better as a coach in terms of managing my staff and working with our guys. Time management across the board. I'm still growing, and I'm going to be a better coach for this next season. I'm really looking forward to it. Anybody else?